Hello everybody, it's May 6th, 2022. Let's take a look at Bitcoin, but before we do, we're going to look at what I said on Monday. Essentially, on Monday, we were just stuck in bearish chop. We've been stuck in this chop for a while. Didn't know when it was going to end, but I was still looking for 33K, basically, as long as we remained below 48.2. The bears were in control. It was possible we might get a pump up here to this area first. Obviously that didn't happen the rest of the week, which is fine. But basically nothing productive was happening. I was looking for sub 33K still as the next major move. That was really the focus. So as we saw during the rest of the week, we did have sort of a fake out pump up into this area, which I did on the video have this red box labeled here as potential resistance. Instead of getting up into this zone, it was very possible that we saw just a WXY here and then a dump down. And that seems to be the case that actually did play out, of course, because then we saw a large push downwards there. And now we're seeing some just bearish consolidation, basically. So let's take a step back here and just look at what we're looking for here slightly longer term. I am viewing this top right here as the fourth wave of the C wave of the larger fourth wave before we then head up to 100 to 130K. So basically all we need to do is complete this last leg. Once we complete this last leg, the bulls can take over again and we can go up. So I'm very interested to find out where we are within this leg. Trying to track this micro is pretty sloppy, but we do have 5 waves down anyway off that fourth wave, which is great. And that's why I was looking for shorts in this area, which I grabbed. So here is our first wave, right? We've got 5 waves down of wave 1. There it is. Now wave 2 is a corrective wave. It should have gone into this red box, which it did. It didn't do so in a normal ABC up like this. It did it as an expanded flat ABC. So that's first thing that was a little bit odd about this, but that's fine. So we've got a 1 and a 2 in place there. And then I've got my fib extension drawn here. You can see this blue dotted line. That's the fib extension from the top to wave 1 to wave 2. So then we were looking for the beginning of this wave 3 right here, right? So we're looking for a path down for this 3. And during this entire time, I was frustrated by the lack of continuation downwards, but now that it's fully fleshed out here, it's fully played out, I think I have a pretty good grasp of what it actually ended up doing. So I think this was actually the end of that micro 1. Then we had an expanded flat ABC in a W. Then we had an ABC down sort of deal in, ABC down right here in the X, and then an ABC up in the Y to finally finish this second wave. So it was, like I said, it was bearish chop. All of this was bearish chop because I was viewing this as moving down here. It was possible, based on this being a very complicated and kind of uncommon pattern, having this WXY play out here as the second wave of a third wave. I was viewing it as possible to get back up here, which would basically have reset this second wave over here. That was a possibility. That is now off the table. So I am focused now on this third wave down, that we're looking for an ideal target right here, now that we know pretty well that this is 1 and that's 2. We then have a micro 1 and 2 within this, the 1 getting to about the 618, the 2 getting to about the 382. That's a great place for both the 1 and 2 in the micro sense to go. And so the expectation now is the 1.236 for the next move. So this 3 of 3 should go to the 1236. That's 33.2. Okay, now I have this green box drawn down to the 1382. I've got a green box here. It can go kind of anywhere in that green box, and honestly, it can go beyond it. It could certainly extend that third wave. I definitely would not be trying to long a third wave. You're playing with fire trying to long that third wave, because as you can see, it is very, very aggressive. I expect that we continue to see that aggressive move downwards. From there, a bounce up, into this red zone here, and then down. Finally, at this moment, if we get into this green box, we should see this area right here, 29.8 to 30.7, to end the third wave. From there, we get a larger bounce again, and then a move down to finally finish us off, probably somewhere in the 27 to 28.4 region, based on where we currently are. That can change if 3 extends. If we see that extend, that can certainly change. So all of that to say, basically, I view anything underneath this low right here. I've been waiting for that low to break. Anything below that low is a decent place to begin accumulating reasonable amounts of spot Bitcoin. I'm going to hold on to my shorts, but I'll probably start accumulating a little bit of spot right here. I'll accumulate a little bit more here, and I'll accumulate a little bit more here, and I'll ride the shorts down. I might take some profits on my shorts there, and there too, but it's good to remain in those shorts. Although I did take profit, I'm probably going to jump back into shorts here soon, because I did take some profits on my shorts earlier today. So yeah, this looks like continuation downwards. I'll ride shorts down as hedges the whole way, but yeah, I'm looking to accumulate basically anywhere sub 33K. 33K all the way down to 25K is my accumulation zone. All throughout here is accumulation for spot. Now the bulls will still have to prove themselves, right? The macro picture, this makes a lot of sense moving into this area, but the bulls do have to prove themselves. They're going to have to give us an impulse off of a low at some point, and give 5 waves up. And failing that, we could continue potentially to see this continue breaking down. I doubt that case. I don't see any evidence for that on the higher time frame charts. I do think that we need another leg up to 100K plus, most likely. So like I said, accumulating small amounts in that area seems like a good idea. I'll wait for the aggressive buys on the pullback after an initial 5-wave move. That's always been the plan. And that's how I've known this entire time, or had my suspicions anyway this entire time, that we weren't done with the dump, because we did not get any 5-wave moves throughout this entire area. We had nothing that said the bottom was in. This first one, ugly, but maybe arguably somewhere in there were 5 waves, but this came down way too low and kind of broke that possibility anyway, and then we started seeing lots of chop. So anyway, I believe that we are near to a completion of this correction finally. We've been in this corrective mess since November, so it's been a long 6 months of this corrective mess, but I think we're finally getting towards the end of it, so just hold on a little bit longer. I do expect us to go down sub 33K at this point, likely into the sub 30K area, but please keep in mind that in the larger viewpoint, basically anywhere below 33K is fine, and we could see this truncate. We could see this truncate so that, it does not go down all the way as far down here. As this continues to play out and we get some chop, we could see it truncate. It could end right here. It could end, just shy of this target. It could end kind of at any point. So that's why I'm saying, I'm going to be accumulating some spot buys down in that area, because it could end at any point under 33K. Even though the ideal projection is down here, potentially like 28 or so, it could end at any time. So just keep that in mind and be ready for that. But like I said, we've got time no matter what, because realistically we want to wait for that 5-wave move anyway as confirmation before we get really aggressive on it. But as we start pushing down further, we don't want to get caught with our pants down in over leveraged shorts. As we come down here, I'm not really going to be looking to short really heavy anymore, because like I said, at any point it can bounce then. So I think that pretty much sums up what I see on Bitcoin right now. Let's try to figure out this low time frame action. I don't know exactly where we are within this third wave. Let me see. I mean, it looks like we're doing a bearish pennant sort of thing right here, but we've seen plenty of times we've seen those break upwards to kind of mess with people. So it's a possibility that this is a micro 1-2. All of this was a really extended 3. We get a 4 and a 5 down still. Something like that. So if it does break up, don't take this as gospel, because it's a 15-minute chart. So we can't really be super high probability with it, and it's not super clear up here, but this would potentially project like this, with fourth wave resistance in this area up to about 37K as the top, and then a projection downwards of 33. So it's a little shy of this area here, but it's certainly a possibility that we can see this and then this extend down into that box as well. So just keep that in mind. This would make a lot of sense, because we do need to see 5 waves within 3. So it's kind of what I'm leaning towards right now. And we don't actually need to go all the way in this area either. This could conceivably be a 4th wave triangle here before a 5th wave move lower. So we may see continuation downwards more immediately anyway. But after that, I'll expect some more bouncing around, as we kind of hit here and then come bounce up here. So yeah, I think that makes the most sense though for kind of this low time frame action. But we'll see how it ends up playing out. So yeah, at least one more move down, but it does leave room for a move back up to about 37K in the meantime if it really wanted to. So that is the story on Bitcoin. All right, cool. I will see you guys on Monday. We'll see what the weekend action brings. That's always fun, and we'll go from there. All right, you all have a good night. Make sure to hit the subscribe button if you find this content useful. Hit the like button on the video. That helps me out as well. Help me out here so I can keep making these videos publicly available. I have plenty of videos that I make available only to members. I do daily videos for members pretty much. And check out the suggested video over here as well. All right, guys, talk to you on Monday.